Hey and welcome back to my channel. Now I have tried learning so many languages and I have loved some and hated some, and Spanish is one of the languages that I love so much. Like I just like speaking Spanish so much. But why? Well, in this video I'm gonna talk about how I ended up learning Spanish and why I like speaking it, why I love speaking it, and at the end of this video I'm gonna give you all some tips that might help you all learn Spanish easily. But before we begin, my name is Saunav and I love learning languages. So yeah, without further ado, let's get down to business. Bro's talking a lot of business, huh? Now, in the first part, I'm gonna talk about why I learned Spanish, how I learned Spanish, and all that, like why I decided to learn Spanish and all that. Okay, so it was like September 2023. I was bored, like I didn't have anything to do, and I was also like getting a lot of advertisement videos on YouTube about an application called Duolingo, like. And then yeah, I was just bored, so I decided to learn Spanish from Duolingo. Why Spanish? I don't know. I just thought like it would be easy. I didn't know anything about linguistics. Like I couldn't even speak English. So yeah, you can just expect like how bad I was, right? And then yeah, I started learning Spanish on Duolingo, YouTube, and like some random applications out there. But like for almost a whole year, I wasn't making any progress, like pretty much nothing at all. Like I just knew some basic words, and then yeah, I remember like I think I first learned how to conjugate basic verbs in the present tense after like 9 or 10 months of learning Spanish. And then yeah, pretty much for a whole year I just didn't know anything. I could just say like I knew a very basic Spanish, but like I just didn't know anything. Pretty much I would say like yeah, I was A1 still. And then I started doing YouTube in September 2024, and at that time I realized like I could actually speak some Spanish. Like I was say A1 to A2 in Spanish. Yeah, I think around the same time when I started YouTube in probably like August or September 2024, I was also using an application called eTalk. Now it's an application where you go and talk to people from different countries, and yeah, it used to be like a really good application to practice languages. That's how I learned Spanish at least. But eventually people just started using it to like seek romantic partners. So I gradually like stopped using it, and now I don't use it at all. Like I just don't have any accounts there, nothing. But yeah, on the application, when I was using it, I think probably like after a year of learning Spanish, I actually realized I could talk to some native speakers. Like it wasn't great, obviously not. I would say I was A1 to A2, but like I could actually talk to native speakers in Spanish. Like I could ask like, how are you? What are you doing? Like, about their countries, where they are from and everything. But yeah, it was not that great. I didn't know many words, but like I was pretty, I would say like I could understand them a little bit, and yeah, I was pretty fine. And yeah, with the application, I have made like so many good memories with a lot of people from different countries, like Peru, I don't know, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Mexico, all those countries. And yeah, in the meantime, I was also watching like this dude called The Language Bro. His Spanish videos were like super great. I don't know why people think they were sloppy, but like yeah, they were super great. I was like learning the basics of Spanish, like conjugating present tense verbs, to like actually like advanced concepts like substantive, or like whatever they are called, like which are usually covered at like B1 or B2. My grammar is still not good, but like according to that time it was pretty decent, like according to that level, you feel me? And then yeah, after around like 15 or 16 months of learning Spanish, I realized like I was freely conversational in Spanish. Like I used to talk with a Peruvian guy. He would talk to me in English because he wanted to practice his English, and I would talk to him in Spanish for the same reason. And then yeah, I talked with him like for a few days, for a few weeks, like almost every day or twice a day sometimes. Yeah. And then yeah, I didn't know many words, many advanced words, but like I could like talk about whatever I wanted. I could like explain what I wanted to. And like yeah, I learned like words in context. Like for example, like I don't know, if I wanted to say something and I didn't know how to say that, I just used like a translator, and yeah, basically that's how I improved my vocab. And around like after I don't know 15, 16 or 17 months, in around like January 2025, I realized like I was pretty much like A2 to B1 in Spanish. Like I was getting like better. I was fairly good in Spanish. But after January 2025, my life started to change. I kind of stopped using eTalk that much. Like I shifted my focus to Discord. Like met so many people on Discord. The reason I started using eTalk less because like it was kind of hard to find people who genuinely wanted to practice languages. People were just there to like seek romantic partners. It just started like becoming worse and worse. I just like reduced the amount I was spending on that, and then yeah, eventually like after a few months, I think around like June or something like that, 2025, I completely deleted my accounts and everything on eTalk. Now I don't have anything to do with eTalk. And yeah, made so many memories on eTalk, and that's how I learned my Spanish, and I got my Spanish to like I would say B1. And also not to mention I was doing Busu and everything. So after like I don't know 2 years, at around like September or something 2025, I was like kind of B2 in Spanish. Maybe not like high B2, but like, yeah, I was B2, like low B2, I would say. And then, yeah, now it's been like 2.5 years and I'm like solid B2. And my goal is to get to like C1. And yeah, that's how I learned Spanish. Like Duolingo, Busuu, eTalk, Discord. And yeah, when I switched my focus to Discord, it was kind of great. Like I could meet like many people. And also a few months ago in December 2025, I joined a server where like I could talk to like natives, learners, and everything in Spanish. And I found out like I had no issues communicating with them. And yeah, even after like 2 years of learning Spanish in like September or something like that, 2025, I realized like I could understand mathematics and everything in Spanish with subtitles and sometimes even without them. And yeah, right now I can understand like any videos I want in Spanish. The only thing that's difficult for me is to understand like gangster rap and everything. And then yeah, that's how I learned Spanish mainly. So like eTalk, Busuu, Discord, Duolingo, and YouTube, and also like some random sites which I don't even remember. Also like ChatGPT. Super long story, right? Now in this part of the video, I'm gonna talk about why I love speaking Spanish. So why do I actually love speaking Spanish? Well, for these reasons. Number one, it's simple. Now, if you compare the phonetics of many languages to Spanish, you see like Spanish phonetics is super simple. By this I mean like pronunciation is super simple. Like okay, in English you have like words like six, strengths. You see like you have like a lot of consonant clusters. I don't know, like 4 or 5 at least. I don't know. I can't count them. Yeah. And then yeah, but in Spanish you can't even have like three consonants back to back to back. You need to have a vowel after like mostly one or two consonants. Like it's impossible to have like three consonants back to back to back. Like for example, you have words like casa, piba, saltar, hablar. You see, it's super simple to pronounce, and it just makes it like easier to speak without having like a thick accent. You feel me? And yeah, pronunciation is super easy. Also, like words make sense, grammar rules they make sense. So yeah, I don't speak it super perfectly, hell nah. But like yeah, I just love speaking Spanish for this reason. It's just like easy to speak it without like having a super thick accent. I'm not saying I speak Spanish super perfectly like at all, but like what I mean is like I just like speaking it. Imagine there's someone who speaks Spanish and English both perfectly. I would prefer to talk to them in Spanish than in English. Number two, natives compliment me. Now I don't know how well I speak Spanish, but like natives love to compliment me. They be like, "Oh, you speak it super well, bro. How long have you been learning it for?" Blah blah blah. I mean, they also compliment me in other languages too, but like you get the point, right? Just look at this clip of a Mexican dude complimenting me in Spanish.
No, bro, yo la neta, yo pensaba que el sauna era castellano parlante, que era hispanohablante. Yo pensaba que el castellano, el español, era de que su primer idioma, la neta, yo pensé que su lengua materna, su primer idioma, lengua primaria, lengua principal, como le quiera decir, pero yo pensaba eso, que tipo, no sé, es que su nivel es de que dedos, así, súper nativo, súper natural, súper, no sé, güey, yo la neta, lo escucho hablar en español y pienso que es argentino, bueno, chileno, o sabe qué, porque es que la neta no sé qué pedo. Like I really, like bro, like his Spanish, like it's like at a god level, is because like his Spanish is so freaking good. Like he's so super native. He sounds so native that I really thought like he was Argentinian or like a Chilean or something, because like he's like at a D2 level or some shit like that. Cause like bro, el sauna habla muy bien el español como de dos, así que pues pensé que era un nativo también. Like like he's a god level in Spanish, like super native or something, and that is why you have like 40 hours to send me all your money and the password to your YouTube account.
Maybe that wasn't real, huh? But you get the point. Number three, it was my first intensive language. Now, Spanish was the first language that I studied like intensively, that I studied on my own, that I wanted to study on my own. It's the language that got me into languages, got me into linguistics, got me into everything. And yeah, without learning languages, like back then when I was not learning any languages, my life was kind of sad, and Spanish helped me change it. So I like it. Like I like speaking it. I like everything about Spanish. Like yeah, Spanish is the reason I'm at where I'm at right now. Number four, memories. Now, whether it was on eTalk, on Discord, I have talked to or I talked to a lot of people in Spanish. Like I have made like so many great memorable moments in Spanish. Like, mistakes, people laughing with me, not at me. And yeah, like, sos recto or saying eres bonito to a woman. Like, yeah, it was just like so memorable. Like, yeah, Spanish is the language in which I had like the most fun learning, speaking everything just after English, I guess. Because like, although Spanish, I like speaking it, I have had more fun in English because, like, I have spoken English more than Spanish. Although I'm China related, but you know what I mean, right? So yeah, for these reasons, I love speaking Spanish, and I would love to be like even better at it. Now I'm gonna talk about how you can learn Spanish easily. But before learning Spanish or learning anything in life, just admit that you have to make like a lot of mistakes. Because if you don't, then what the heck are you supposed to learn from, right? So yeah, just expect like you will make mistakes. Like it's completely fine. They won't kill you for making mistakes or anything. Okay, so to learn Spanish now, what I would suggest is like you start off by watching the playlist of the Language Bro Spanish course. I think you can finish it like in, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. Yeah, just try to master everything it teaches you, and in the meantime, just try to learn vocab through flashcards, through whatever method works for you. And then yeah, once you have done that, after like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, or even 2 to 3 months, I just want you to like talk to people in Spanish. Like it's like you can just use internet, right? Is you don't need to move to Spain or move to like any other countries to learn Spanish, to learn any languages. It's like you live in the internet age. So yeah, just like talk to people, make mistakes, and just yeah, be happy with your progress. Yeah, it's all about like training your tongue and like training yourself to think and speak in a foreign tongue. Of course, it's easier said than done, but like I wish I would have done the same, but like I didn't, and yeah, that's why it took more time. And then yeah, just don't hesitate to talk to native speakers. It's all about like time, and yeah, just use whatever method works for you. Just enjoy the process, and yeah, that's all what matters. It's not about reaching the goal. It's about like enjoying the whole process. Like ups and downs and everything. Yeah, it's all about that. Just accept that you will make mistakes, and yeah, it's all about that. And then yeah, just use whatever method works for you, and just enjoy the process. And yeah, that's all I had for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.